Episode 1 of The Heart Killer begins with Bison pretending to be an escort. Once his client, a crime boss, is comfortable, his older brother Fadel pretends to be a waiter and arrives with gun. They kill the client and escape. We soon see that Bison is a troublemaker and likes to party much, unlike Fadel, who prefer laying low. This doesn't stop Bison, who heads out while Fadel is left with disposing of the evidence and the guns. At a bowling alley, best friend Kant and Style are hanging out with daddy issues. Kant is a tattooist and playboy who has no interest in settling down. Style is a self obsessed, shameless mechanic. Kant ignores him as he spies Bison and hits on him. With their intentions clear, they head to a hotel room and hook. Style is busy texting Kant off for leaving him hanging when he crashes into Fadel's jeep. Fadel ends up lecturing him for drinking, texting, and driving, but gets hostile when Style offers to assess and fix the damages. Wanting to keep him away from the guns, Fadel agrees to visit his shop and drives off. The next morning, Kant sees that he is alone and makes his way to his tattoo studio. His younger brother, Babe, is a literature enthusiast, is reading Taming of the Shrew, and plans to visit UK and watch Shakespeare's plays. As for the Hitman brothers, we see that they are new in town and own a burger joint. They had to move because Bison shot his gun during karaoke. Bison is tired of living in secrecy and wants to quit being an assassin. They only kill bad guys, but Mother won't let him leave. Kant shows up at Styles' shop in his dad's vintage car, which the mechanic covers. They swap stories about Fadel and Bison till a captain, Chris, calls Kant. Turns out Kant was a car thief till he was caught by Chris' squad. Since then, he has been working as a mole. Chris has one last kick for him to get close to two hitman brothers so they can catch their boss. Kant wants to refuse, but Chris threatens to put him in jail, which would create problem for Babe, who is all alone. But if he cooperates, Chris offers to wipe his criminal record clean. Kant agrees only to be shocked that one of his target is Bison. At the auto shop, Styles' father leaves him in charge and tells him to pay attention instead of listening to music. Of course, Style does the opposite as he dances around. Fadel catches him goofing around, but Style is not embarrassed. Onto fixing the Jeep. Style is suspicious as Fadel doesn't have insurance or vehicle registrations. Style gives him grief for the heck of it but agrees to fix the car. As Fadel leaves, Style finds the burger joint's pin in the car. Bison is alone in the restaurant when Kant shows up and pretends that it is a coincidence. But Bison cannot cook and he makes a half burnt burger. Kant eats it anyways and flirts with him. However, Fadel arrives and scolds Bison for letting his guard down. Fadel's troubles are far from over as he goes to get his car and get a flirty style with it. Fadel is done with him as he takes the pin, pokes him, and leaves. The next day, Kant and Bison go on a date and genuinely get to know each other. They have a good time but are once again interrupted by Fadel. He sends Bison in and interrogates Kant. He doesn't like him and claims Kant needs to go through him to date Bison. At the end, Chris tells Khan to hurry up with the mission. Bison shows up at his place with an apology burger. Khan tries to learn more and find out that Fadel is Bison's protective, untrusting half brother. To date him, he needs to win Fadil over, but he keeps everyone at a distance. As long as he is single, so is Bison. Someone bold needs to win over Fadil and can't think of Style. However, Style refuses as he recognizes Style as a jerk with the jeep. Kant is desperate and even promises his car to Style. This has Style excited as it also gives him a chance to knock Fadil down a few pegs. That night, Style shows up after closing and gets on Fadil's nerves till he almost stabs the mechanic. Style is not deterred as he orders several beers, but Fadil's last straw is Style physically making a move on him. He pretends to play the game but drags Style out